Hello, welcome back, and we're taking a step forward today with the chair-based exercises. Yes, we have a chair here, but notice that we're standing up today. So we're going to start building some flexibility and strength through our legs, still working through our arms. If at any point it gets too much and you do need to take a seat, then you've got one to hand. So making sure your chair is a nice sturdy kitchen-type chair, good back, no arms to it, so that you've got freedom of movement throughout. So take care of your own health, only work within the levels that you feel comfortable with. All the exercises can be done, or the majority of them can be done seated on your chair as well. So choose your level, listen to your body. If you do have some high or low blood pressure, just watch out, because we'll be doing some roll downs today, and sometimes that can lead to a feeling of dizziness. We will only be doing half roll downs, so you won't be there too long, so you should be fine. Okay, so notice you've got the stability of the chair throughout. If you are feeling more stable and you want to do the exercises down with your hands down by your side, again, that's your choice. So we'll come into standing Pilates posture to start with. Exactly the same as the seated posture that we've been doing, except you're now on 2 feet. So just looking down at your feet, making sure they're hip distance apart. Your toes are pointing forwards. Toes are spread to give you a good balance through the bottom of your feet, and then stand tall. If you do need to hold the chair for support, then do so. Imagine your feet are now pushing down into the ground beneath you, and your head is stretching up towards the ceiling where your tall plants growing. So keep your chin tucked a fraction and very gently push back. Coming to your shoulders, you can do one at a time or both together. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your shoulders forward, up, back and down. Just the one circle. Keep your hands down by your side or one hand on the chair. Your shoulder blades should come to a gentle V shape into the centre of your back. So feel your shoulder blades pulling down, giving a nice, good, long length between the top of your shoulders and your ears. From there, take your awareness then to your lower back. And just try and imagine it pulling down, stretching towards the floor, one long line. There is a very slight tilt of your pelvis at this point. Your pubic bone comes forward a fraction, but not very much. Still think about length down through your back. The other way of getting into that position, if you can't feel it, is to think about pulling your belly button back in towards your spine, and your lower belly muscles will start to tighten. From there, try and keep your glutes, your buttocks nice and soft, and find your pelvic floor. And just imagine pulling it up inside, and then releasing all the way back down again and again. Slowly pulling up, holding it for as long as you can, and then coming all the way back down again. Now you can tighten up through your buttocks, standing tall. And we'll just practice our breathing. And breathing is going to be sending our rib cage wide, forwards, out to the side and backwards as well. It's called lateral thoracic breathing, trying to get as much air into our rib cage as possible while our tummy is held in tight. So take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your lungs, and out through your mouth. Take another breath in, and breathing out. One final time, breath in, and slowly release the air out through your mouth, and coming stationary. We're going to start off with a little bit of rocking today. So again, if you need the chair, keep your hand on the chair, otherwise bring your hands down by your side. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just rock your body weight forward towards your toes. And as you breathe out, bring your body weight back towards your heels. So you might want to use the chair to start with, just to come forwards and backwards. But if you do so, keep your fingertips light on the chair. So you're not gripping it. It's just a very gentle support for you. And feel your body weight coming and moving through the soles of your feet, from your toes back to your heels, and from your heels back towards your toes. A little bit of a slip there. Too busy watching the camera. Hopefully you haven't just done the same. Forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. Is this allowing you a little bit of a sense of balance today? As your body weight's coming forward, your heels are light. They don't leave the floor. They're still on the floor. And then also notice the muscles that are tightening and releasing. So your tummy tightens a bit as you come forward. You should feel your knees and your thighs tighten as you come back. We've just got 2 more forwards and backwards to do. It's always a good one to do while standing, waiting for the kettle to boil, and come back to center, still maintaining posture. Have one hand on your chair, right arm, so sweep the arm forward and back down again. So breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. So just gentle mobilization through your shoulder. Lovely, just very gentle half moves. You're only coming halfway forward at the moment. Just another 2. Nice movement through the shoulder and then taking it out to the side. So lift and lower. You can just bring it gently across in front of you if you want to. Lift and lower and lift and lower. So we're working now through your arm muscles, your shoulder muscles, into the center of your back. Still pulling your tummy in. Last one. And we're going to take it with the heel lift now. So bring your arm forward, rise up onto your toes and come all the way back down again. And lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. So just working through your lower legs, coming up onto your toes and working through your ankles. If that's not available to you today or it feels slightly odd, leave it out. 2 more. And then we're going to take the arm out to the side, still lifting the arm and the heels off at the same time. And lower and lift and lower. So looking far more at strength today as well as flexibility, just because we're standing. Got 4 more to go. And 4. This arm's starting to feel a little bit tired. And 3. And 2. And 1. And we'll give your legs a little bit of a break. Bring your right arm down. No, your left arm. That's it. Sort it out the right way. So same with the other side. So bring the arm up in front and lowering that down again. And lift. Everything else is static. If you need to come around to the other side of your chair, do so for support. Still putting your tummy in. The movement's just from your shoulder joints. So you're not leaning forward as you do the move. You're just stretching the arm forward. And 7. And 8. Taking the arm out to the side this time. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lift. Tummy in. Keep squeezing your glutes. Everything still stays engaged. Looking good. We've just got 2 more to do. And we're going to put the heel raises in as well. If you want to do it without support of the chair, by all means do, but just the one side. So forward, rising up and lowering that down again. And 2. So doing a total of 8. Getting mobilization through your shoulders, a little bit of strength going on, but the strength is through your legs, through your ankles, through your feet. But use the support of the chair or a table, piece of furniture around you if you need to. Hold the wall if necessary. And this is your last one out in front. We're going to take it out to the side. So lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep a long, tall, straight body. And you've got 4 more to go. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Coming all the way back and just release off with a couple of shoulder rolls going backwards. And then bring them forwards as well. Just take out some of the tension in your shoulders you've just created in that last one. And then coming back to stand in your neutral position. So you can have the hand on the chair if you want to. We're coming in some little knee bends. And try and keep your back straight. I'm just going to turn sideways and then you can see. So if this is what you want to do, hold on to the chair. Keep pulling your tummy in, your back is long. Your knees are just going to drop forward. So take a tiny little bend and straighten your legs. So bend and straighten. So this class, we're just keeping it at this level. As we move through, progressing into the next 2 classes, we'll take it more into a squat. So only coming down as far as your knees will allow you to. You should get a nice stretch through the front of your shins as well. So bend and work, and bend and work. Keep facing forward now. You can carry on holding onto your chair if you want to, or just one arm. You can take both arms off if you want to. We'll bring the arm swings in as well. So this time when you bend, and lift your arms, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. As you can see, we're starting to make more compound exercises. We're combining things now, which also improves concentration, hopefully. And last two. And your last one, and come back to standing. So as you can see, you've got lots of choices. You can be holding onto your chair and leave the arms out. You can be one arm on your chair, or you can have both arms down by your side. I'm going to take the feet a little bit wider now into what we call a second position. So pointing your toes out the corners, mat maybe, just so that your feet aren't pointing forward. That's going to put too much strain through your knees. So have them turned out. And we're going to come into a little knee bend now. Again, I'll turn sideways so you can see the angle of my back. We want your back to stay upright. As you bend down, we're going to keep the back straight. So imagine you're sliding down the wall. Try to avoid leaning into the chair and using your arms to push up. This is all through using your glutes and through the front of your legs. Keep your tummy pulled in, tailbone is just lowered. Again, think about your long straight back. Have your arms on the chair if you want to. I'll take you up through the graduations. Breath in. As you breathe out, sink down and push. Squeeze your glutes. Lower and squeeze. Lower and squeeze. And lower and squeeze. Keep it going if you want to hold onto the chair with two hands. If you want to be facing and holding the chair just with one hand, you can do. And if you want to take both hands off, again, you can do, and have them on your hips. So a complete range of movement there. The movement's the same through the hips, but your level of support is different. As you take the bend down, trying to make sure that your knees go out over your toes, you might want to take a quick look down to make sure the knees aren't coming forward. So really opening up through your hips, squeezing through your buttocks. And you've another 4 left to do. And 3. And 2. And 1, standing upright, and just bring your feet in carefully. And again, coming back, maybe one hand on your chair. So we're coming into pedaling, foot pedaling, to stretch out through the exercise that we've just done. Your 3 choices again: facing the chair, one hand on the chair, or hands on your hips. So choose your level. I'll stick with the middle level at the moment. Bring your right heel off the mat, so your knee is bent. And all I want you to do is to push up onto the toes and then drop your right heel down as you bring your left heel up. And you're just pedaling, stepping up and then gently lowering down. So as you're doing this, keep your shoulders back and down, keep your back straight, keep your chin just tucked under a fraction, and really work through your feet. So this is to stretch and work through your ankles, work through the soles of your feet as well. And keep breathing gently. As you come down, a slight bend of the knee, of the leg that's bringing the heel down. Still pulling your tummy in, still standing straight. Think of posture all the time. So as long as your tummy's pulled in, you're having to breathe then into your rib cage. And you've just got another 4 to both sides. And 3. And 2. Last 1, and take both heels down. So a little bit of warming up through your legs. We're going to take it into the side stretch. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just tilt over towards the right, coming back up to centre, and then take a tilt over towards the left and back to centre. Keep that going. So you can keep one hand on the chair as the tilt is through your waist. It doesn't matter that one hand is there supporting you. If you've had enough of standing and you want to sit back down again, you can still do this exercise in a seated position, just stretching down the side of the chair. If you have both hands by your side, just see how far down you can stretch your fingers. But imagine you're standing between 2 panes of glass. You're not leaning forwards and you're not leaning backwards as you do the move. Only go down as far as your back lets you go down, and try and tighten your tummy muscles to come all the way back to centre each time. You've got 1 more to each side, and we're going to come into the half roll down. And all the way over and release. Before we come into the roll down, let's just release off through your shoulders. So take them shoulder rolls backwards. So you bring your shoulders forward, lifting them up, taking them behind you and lowering. So we're just doing that to release off through your shoulders. We're doing it backwards to start with. After the first roll down, we'll take it forwards just to get the complete range of movement. And 3, and 2, and 1. So the roll down, we're only going to come halfway down. I'm going to turn sideways to show you. You can keep your hands on your chair if you want to, although your arms will then stay out in front. So standing as tall as you can, take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop your chin towards your chest. Carry on dropping your head, rounding your shoulders so your arms just drop in front. So you may have one hand on the chair. Feeling the stretch through your upper back, spread into your lower back, and have your hands no more than about coming down to your knees. But let your head be heavy, let your arms be heavy, a bit like a rag doll or a puppet whose strings are just being cut. Keep pulling your tummy in, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly coming all the way back up again. Restacking, imagine every backbone coming on top of each other one at a time. Roll your shoulders back to regain posture. And again, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, chin towards your chest, round your shoulders, keep pulling your tummy in and just feel the stretch across the upper part of your back as you hang. Take another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly coming all the way back up again. And from there, take the shoulders in the opposite direction. So take your shoulders back, lift them up, bring them forward and down. So just reversing the shoulder rolls that we were doing. It releases off some of the stress, some of the strain through the front of the chest. And 3, and 2, and 1. And we're going to go straight back into the roll down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop your chin towards your chest, round your shoulders. Feel the stretch. You should feel a little bit looser now. So just humming down halfway. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, slowly coming all the way back up again. Again, regain your posture when you get there, and a second time. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, chin to chest, slowly coming down. So don't hold it for too long. Again, if you start to feel a little bit giddy, then that's the time to sit on your chair. Breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly coming all the way back up. And regain your posture. So we've just given our backs a little bit of mobility by the bending forward and the coming back up again. Shoulders being worked off nicely as well. We'll take our awareness back to our legs and a little bit of strength going on. So you might want to hold your chair at this point because we're going to be standing on one leg. Now, standing on one leg balance is good for building hip strength, glute strength. Any balance exercise is good. However, if your leg starts to get tired, if you're not quite right in the hip, then just make the movement smaller and we won't take the other foot off the ground. So feet hip distance apart, standing nice and tall. You can take the other hand, so your right arm, we work the right leg first, out to the side for balance. Okay, right leg, we're just going to lift it out in front, keep the legs straight. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, transfer your weight to your left leg and lift the leg up in front and then lower back down again. And swing it out, lift it in front and lower back down again. And lift. So it's up to you how high you go. If you're really uncertain, just point foot out in front and bring it back in again. So point and back and point and back. If you start to get a little bit more confident, just lift the legs slightly and swing it back and lift and lower. So 4 more to go. 4 and 3. So you're standing nice and tall on the supporting leg. 2 and 1. And we're going to take it straight out to the side. If you need a little bit of a break, then just stop. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Otherwise, we're going to take the leg out to the side. Keep the toes on the floor to start with and slide it back in. Foot out to the side and slide it back in. And out to the side and slide it back in. And number 4, out to the side, slide it back in. Carry on with that, or slide out and a little lift and slide it back in. So now we're starting to really work through the hip joints, through your glutes. Keep your tummy pulled in for support. So that's 4 of the side lifts, so another 4 if you can manage them. 4 and 3. You're probably noticing it in the supporting leg now, just starting to complain a little bit. And when you've finished, just a little bit of a wiggle out, a little bit of a pedal that we were doing earlier on. It just releases some of the pressure, some of the tension, not so much pressure. I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. So I'm going to just move away from my chair a little bit, so I've got space on the side. You might want to turn round and hold the chair with the other hand. So now with your left leg. So we'll start off at the base level. So point the foot out in front and just drag it back. And point. And drag it back. And point. Still standing tall. Tummy is pulled in. You're standing tall on the supporting leg. Carry on with that level if you want to, or swing the leg forward and lift and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lift. We've just got 4 more of these to do. So slowly lift, slowly lower. Don't worry too much about your breath, just keep breathing for the moment. 2 more. And your last one. Legs starting to feel a little bit weary maybe. We're going to take it out to the side again. Supporting hand on your hip, shoulders back and down, just regain posture before you come into the move. And slide the foot to the side and drag it back. So we'll do 4 of the preparatory exercises. You can stay at this level if you want to, and try not to lean into the chair. You've just got your hands lightly on the top. So stay with the foot dragging if you want to, or just sweep the leg and a little lift and back and out to the side and back. So we're really working now through your glutes. Got 3 different types of glute muscles out back, so to say, and we're working some of the ones which are down the side. 6 and 7 and 8 and release. So just a little bit of a workout there for the hips. So walking your feet through and then coming up so you're standing again. I'm going to do a little bit of a twist now through the waist. So bring your hands up behind your head. So you can just touch your ears if you want to, that's good. Keeping your shoulders down, so try not to hunch up around your shoulders, but have a relaxed long neck. Elbows are brought back wide to the side. Feet are hip distance apart. You still have your long back, so think about lengthening back and pulling your tummy in. Again, you can do this exercise seated if you want to. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just rotate round towards the right. Coming back to centre, breath in. Breathing out, take the movement to the left. Coming back to centre. So just keep alternating from side to side. If you can work with the breath, it helps with this exercise. Breathing in as you face forward. Breathing out as you twist. Breathing in to come back to centre and breathing out as you twist. So just keep alternating. So this is for walking, I'll get the words out in a minute, warming up through your obliques. So these are your waist muscles, muscles in your back as well, which help with the twisting. Don't get used very often if we spend our time seated. So just working through this. Looking good, nice rotation. You've got 1 more to each side. Lovely, round you go and all the way back down again. Release your hands. A little bit of a shake off through your shoulders. And then we're going to come into a chest opening exercise, still upper body. Again, if you want to sit for this one, by all means do so. If you do sit, stay upright. So what I want you to do is form cactus arms. So your arms come out, so the shoulders are in one long line, parallel to the floor. Your hands are lifted, so your hands aren't out to the side, but they're at right angles. The other thing to watch out for, if you can see my hands now, they're leaning forward, and I want you to try and correct that by pulling the hands back. So you get a rotation through your shoulder and an opening through the front of the chest. Now this can be quite a hard exercise to do. And it's called arm slides. You've got to imagine you're standing up against a wall and you're literally just going to be pulling your elbows down into your waist, but keep the hands back. So back is long, tummy is pulled in. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just bring your elbows down into your waist and then slide them back up again. So you breathe out and breathe in and breathe out and breathe in. Just look down your arms, make sure your hands are not dropping forwards. So as you bring your elbows down, you should feel your shoulder blades squeezing in the center of your chest. The front of your chest opens up as you do this. This is a great exercise, particularly if you spend a lot of time seating, hunching forward, whether you're doing needlecraft, crosswords, reading, working at a computer. This is an excellent exercise. You might start to feel tired very quickly because these muscles don't get enough work. So I've just got another 4 for you to do. Take a break if you need to. Down and lift and down and lift. Last 2. Down and lift and last 1. Down and lift and release that off. 3 shoulder shrugs. So lift your shoulders up towards your ears and drop down. And again, lift and drop down. Last 1. Lift and drop down. Taking our awareness now to our wrists, just bring your arms out about 45 degrees in front of you. I just want you to rotate your hands through your wrists, so just drawing circles. They're going in opposite directions, or if you end up with them both going in the same direction, that's absolutely fine, depends on your preference. We're going to be doing it in both directions anyway. So just another 3, warming up, and this works through your forearms, gives wrist mobility, and take the movement into the other direction. And round and round. There might be a bit of cracking and creaking going on at this point, but that's okay as long as there's no discomfort. Work within your threshold. And 3 and 2 and 1. Release your hands down by your side. So it's a real good workout, flexibility and strength through your shoulders. We're just going to do the same with your ankles. So again, you can do the exercise if you sit it seated, or take hold of the chair with one hand on your hip. Take all your weight through your left leg. Try not to sink into the hip and come into a bit of a crunched position. So still standing tall, and have your right toes just on the mat with a slight bend through your right knee. Have a very minute micro bend through the left leg for support. Pull your tummy right in and just take the leg out in front. And all I want you to do is just rotate your foot, the same as we were doing with the ankle, in one direction. So working off through your ankle joint. You're working also through your shin muscles, and you're getting a good stretch through your calf. And coming back in the opposite direction. Fabulous. We're covering off all the major joints today. Might feel a little bit tired, particularly through the hips after this. 3, 2, 1, and lower that foot back down. Just swap over to the other side. So again, standing as tall as you can through your right side. Keep your tummy pulled in, shoulders back and down. Slowly slide the left foot out in front and lift if you can, and come into your ankle rotations. When you get really good at this, you can take the other hand away from the chair or just lift it. See if you can do the balance. So it's just hovering above the chair, but you can always drop the hand back if you need. And bring the foot rotations into the other direction. Lovely. Keeping that going for the 3, 2, 1, and release. So just bringing your chair round. I'm just going to come down and sit on your chair. Sitting up tall, still in Pilates posture. So shoulders are back and down. Legs out in front of you, feet flat on the floor, nice 90-degree bend through your knees. And just place your hands on your lap. Focus on pulling your shoulders back and down. Think about the length of your neck. So pulling away from your earlobes. Keep pulling your tummy in, your back is long, you're sitting in posture. So no slumping and giving out. Sitting tall, and then just closing your eyes. We'll just come to a few moments of breath awareness before we close today's session. So just notice the breath as you breathe in through your nose. Notice the breath as you breathe out through your mouth. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Lose the real consciousness of your breath and now just watching your breath. Let your body breathe naturally as it needs to. Still keeping a small tension in your tummy, shoulders still pulled back and down, so you're maintaining posture throughout. And noticing how your body feels after the workout you've just been through. few moments of calmness and stillness, allowing your body to quieten down. And then consciously deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Another deep breath in and out through your mouth. Open your eyes, take another breath in and breathing out. And this time as you breathe in, sweep your arms wide, bring your arms together and take them all the way back out again. 2 more times, stretch up towards the ceiling and all the way down. Last time, stretch and all the way back down, hands back into your lap. And thank you very much for joining me for the slightly more advanced section of chair-based Pilates. The following videos will also be standing and may incorporate some weight, so it's a little bit of progression for anyone who wants to. Thank you all very much.